Hi, in this video, we are going to practice the day 4 challenge using ChatGPT in the Python language. So, let's go to the day 4 challenge. So, we have to count the vowels in a string. So, like for example, it is O and E, these are the vowels, and it is like counting and giving the count number as an output. So, it is an integer. So hints are like that we have to define the vowels and go through the each character in the word, and if it is a vowel then increase by 1, and at the point we have to print the count, right, as like output we said. So here we have the hello character, and it is like just like simple terms in explaining that yes, he is a vowel and count. So let's get into the coding part, or like that. I have created a file saying that to count the vowels in a string. So let's define count variables input string. I don't want that much here, like normal, as like said we can set word. So we have to define vowels, right? So firstly we have to define vowels is equal to this, and as I said, to increase the count by 1, so we have to define count is equal to 0. Then we have to go through each character in the word. So for character in word word, so if it is a vowel, increase by 1. If character in vowels, then increase by 1, and we have to return that count, right? So first we have to define the vowels and also count variable. So if the character, like for example, print characters of the vowels, like for example this. So in this we can observe like that if H is not a vowel, like if the character H in the word, if character in the vowels not at all, so it goes into the else statement. And next E, if the C character in the word is in the vowels, yes, so it is increased by 1. Same as like all the things will go on, so the output will be 3, because 1, 2 and 3, so they are the 3 vowels are present in this string. So let's run this. I'm running the file. Yes, so output will be 3 here. So let's see the same about that. Yeah, okay, it is defining the word and to the smaller. Here we can use the capital also to defining that, or we can directly convert the word into lowercase, and vowels same as like that, and count variable. So next, for the each character in the word, so checking if the character in the vowels are not same as like that, we have to checking that and increase by count and printing that count. Same as like that, we have to returning here same, here printing the count. So normally here it is solving by through loop. We can also get by the list comprehension or sum. Normally list comprehension things will become like, for example, let's try that. It is a loop thing, right? List comprehension. So same as like that, we have to define the vowels, and also I want to be like separately as to define the list comprehension, like list comprehension is equal to, we have to define, for example, this. as like saying, right? So for character in each word, if the character in vowels, we have to define that. Okay, then we have to define the length of this. Okay, so for character in the word, if the character in the vowels, so it is like giving the character if in the vowels, and at lastly we giving the length. That is also one of the thing. And as he has said, like we have to use this or using by some also. Then I think that by also like less comprehension, we have to give the sum part also like this, like giving the one, right? And if it is like that, and if it is like that, then we have to return the list comprehension. Let's try this. Yes, it is working. We have to get the 3 because we have to know the put in the 3. Let's see the all approaches that I have given to them. Normally by using loop, and it is like best for beginners and most expected. Oh god, it is in the assessments. Okay, next by using the count for each vowel. So we have to use the count thing, right? Normally the count function will be as like let's search about the count in Python. Yes, count function will be normally is like method to returns the number of non-overlapping occurrences of the specific substring within the string. So it is like a counting the h in that string, and the letter h appears in the count in the number of times, like same as like we have to find the vowels in the string, right? Next, same as like count method in the for the list and the string. It is for the strings and it is for the list things. Okay, same syntax this won't, but just to change the input only, like giving the parameters. Okay, we get an idea how to use the count, right? So here we have defined that word, and word is defined, so we have to count that. Normally for the word, as in that we have to give the word into like this. So word dot count count, what we have to count, like vowels, right? vowels, vowels. If the vowels in the word, yes, and we have to return that. So we keep in as like characters or like count, and we have to return. Let's see if it is working or not. Not at all. It is not working. So count function is like checking. Let's see what's the problem. So count, we have to count the vowels in the word. I have given that vowels directly and print that. Yes, why it is getting, what is the problem? Let's see. Okay, let's see. I think I will not start. Like checking each vowel. Okay, it is also used again. Okay, it is Okay, I think it is like only single character will be allowed in that. So means, so I have to define for V in vowels, and we have to define that C thing, right? C is equal to C plus word of count. I think like this type of returning things will be better, not just like, but in the coding we can directly write like as a C, or like a C plus or is equal to same, like that we can write shortcut form. Like, let's try to run this. Okay. Okay, C is not defined, right? So we have to define C is equal to 0. Yes, we got the output to that. Yes, right. Next, it is uses like built-in functions, simple but efficient, loops multiple times. Okay. Next, using list comprehension as we tried right here. So yes, it is also giving the vowels, and if the count is yes, it is like these things, like giving the list of things of counting the, like if it is in the, if the character is in the vowels, then giving the one. So it is all summing that strings and printing that one into this. So it is clearly summing all the characters, like all the characters of numbering, like just giving the one. So it is like compact interviews, like if you already know the comprehension, so it is list comprehension is like little bit important also. So next, by using filter and length, um, let's try to find what is a filter function. And okay, filter in Python. Okay, so filter function is like a test the iterable, it should return a boolean. Okay, oh sorry, it is a function, it should returns an iterable, we have to give anything here. So like in our case we have to give the string and filter the function, right? So what does the filter function like? It is like a built-in function used to construct an iterator from elements of the iterable for which the functions are true. It is powerful self-selecting specific items. So it is specific items based on the defined condition. Like for example, here we have um, number and numbers things like, and we have to here given that, and just to filter things by giving is even and sum. In our case would be like uh, given it is like simple function, it is like anonymous function, and giving the word to check iterable or not in the filter function. So it is converting into the length. So it is like checking the characters in the vowels, then return the character, right? If not, nothing else. So it is like filtering that and converting in the list. Let's try to doing that. So let's filter the and check every time if it is okay. First we have to define the filter and lambda function character if in the vowels or not. So it is like simply count, right? And let's try to return only this count only. So it is like giving these things, and so we have to convert this filter function into list. Let's try that. Okay. And give the length. So let's try to give that length. It is giving only one, but we want three, right? What is the problem? So let's try to do this directly. But CHS, alright. Yeah, I think that only problem with the listing as we defined earlier, right? So yeah, that's not a thing. Okay, this is one of the thing to use the finding the using the characters using filter function to find the count of the vowels, in that by defining the anonymous function. Lambda function is nothing but simply as like that. It is like anonymous function, just we have to define simple like one line. So functional knowledge and shows that knowledge of the lambda on filter. Okay, regular expressions. Normally regular expressions is like that. Oh, I have also given that. See, regular expressions is like nothing but it is like a powerful sequence of the characters that define the search pattern within the strings. So it is defined, we get by importing RE and to search. These are the functions: find all, sub, split, and I also not much known about that, but it is really most advanced thing in the Python. So it is like checking find all from this in the word, like find all vowels in the word, right? So it gives the length, I think so, like it is matches the no, it gives the characters, like finding the characters, and here gives the length. Okay, so this is much as powerful when strings are complex. Okay, next by using the set for the fast lookup. Okay, so here we are defining the set, and if the if set is like a faster than the string for lookup. Okay, and same as like as above we did the list comprehension, here is the set comprehensions by does. So set is not like we have to define the sum same as like that if we do in the list comprehensions, but here we use the set as previously we used the string, then we have to return that same that. So here which approaches is like for beginners we can go through the first approach as we did normally, but just by defining, so just by defining the characters and checking is and counting one. Next we have next it is shows like easy step. Next for real coding and pass we have to use the set and sum as I shown in that, and for advanced knowledge we have to know about the regular and filter approaches for nice extras. Okay, so okay, we have to know that, and so much loop will be the basic, so we have to understand like basic things. Yes, so this is our thing. Thank you for today, and we will go for the next like yes, next thing. Day 5 we have to count the vowels and consonants in the string. It is the next program. We can go to the next class or next video. So thank you, we will catch up on the next video. Thank you.